guys and girls, welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel, on the Anthony Kenneth Bishop channel. It is today, the 6th today of January, so it's Thursday, the 6th of January 2022 at the start of the year. We've done, me and Mr. 4K and all the other ones have joined and all that. I've done up to 5 episodes so far on the podcast. Now, I don't know if you guys and girls have been watching what Mr. Boris Johnson's saying, right? He said he's going to call people out, all these anti-vaxxers, but the thing is, they're not all anti-vaxxers. They're obviously the campaigns there. There's a lot of people who are worried about these vaccinations. And is Boris Johnson, is he a doctor? Is he a physician? Is he a scientist? No, all he's doing is getting information from other scientists and he's making it out like he knows what he's talking about and stuff. And then you think to yourself, like, obviously back in 2021, when he had, not last Christmas, I should say 2020, when he had that party with cheese and wine, everybody was indoors, locked in their houses, couldn't go to parties. Let's call him out on his bullshit. Let's have a look. Right, so this is what he said.
After wave of COVID, and our NHS has responded magnificently, and they've kept going. And of course I understand how frustrating it is to see another wave coming in, and I thank doctors, nurses, all health staff.
So he should be thanking the doctors and nurses that are doing a lot.
We will get through this. This wave of Omicron is putting huge pressure on the NHS. The difference.
So he's putting pressure. There's pressure being put on the NHS, on the National Health Service, but yet he's not doing anything about it. He's just letting us basically do it, just getting back to doing what we've been doing.
With all the simplifications of systems, moving staff from one hospital to another, all the ways we can back staff up, but also make sure that the people who are likely to get ill get vaccinated. First. And, you know, the saddest words in the English language are too late. Too late. You know, when you're in ICU and you haven't been vaccinated, sadly, it's too late to get vaccinated. So get boosted now. I haven't said this before.
Here we go.
In this whole vaccination campaign, I just want to reach out to all those who have not been yet vaccinated and say it's a great thing. But I also want to say to the anti-vax campaigners.
Here we go. The people who are not anti-vax as well. There's a lot of people who are not against it, but we're not for it either.
Wrong. And you haven't heard me say that before, because I think it's important that we,
where is it?
Before, because I think it's anti-vax campaigners, the people who are putting this Mumbo Jumbo.
It's calling it Mumbo Jumbo.
Social media. They are completely wrong. And you haven't heard me say that before, because I think it's important that we, I want a voluntary approach in this country, and we're going to keep a voluntary approach. I believe in doing things through everybody working together and seeing the vital importance of vaccination. And we've got much higher rates of vaccination in this country thanks to that community level.
But also people do have a choice, and it feels like he's not making us, or like giving us that choice. He's not saying, well, you could either have it or you don't have to have it. He's just trying to push that narrative out there
that our doctors and nurses are experiencing. And you've got people out there spouting complete nonsense about a vaccination. They are totally wrong. And I think it's time that government call them out on what they're doing. It is absolutely wrong. It's totally counterproductive. And the stuff they're putting out on social media is complete mumbo jumbo.
So let's call him out on his mumbo jumbo. Was it fair last on 2 Christmases ago, not this Christmas just gone, but last Christmas, that basically Boris Johnson was outside with loads of people calling it work. When he was doing his party, having cheese and wine while you guys and girls were stuck indoors. Maybe we should be calling him. I mean, he's a hypocrite, if you think about it, right? We're doing as much right. I haven't had the vaccine myself. I'm not sort of hesitant in getting it straight away and all that. I might just wait until the tablet comes out and all that. I'd rather take the tablet than the actual thing. But then is the way he's sort of pushing it, it's like he's trying to push everybody into this. Why? What's the reason? We've already got 93% people been vaccinated already. And I think that's fantastic. That's great. But then is when you look at the 93%, what is 7%? What is 6, 7%, 8%? What's that difference between people, right? At the end of the day, and then he's saying the majority of the people in hospital, are the ones who are not been vaccinated. Well, actually, there's a lot of people coming out now saying that there's some people in there that have been vaccinated too. Does this mean basically they're going to be on the naughty step as well? I think, to be honest, I think we should be getting rid of the Prime Minister. I think Boris Johnson is incapable of looking after this country. I think we should be getting a new world leader or new country leader, new Prime Minister. But then there's nobody out there at the moment who's capable of actually running this country. Boris Johnson's running this country into the ground, and the inflation's gone up as well. To be honest, we'd be better off getting Nigel Farage, guys and girls, into this state. I mean, yes, great, fantastic. Boris Johnson's done an amazing job. He's basically put everyone has been vaccinating at like 93% of the UK. Great. But then there's like when you spout that 7-8%, saying 7-8% of the UK are anti-vax and all that, which is bullshit and all that. There's, yes, loads of anti-vaxxers out there, but there's also people that want to know the truth. Is Boris Johnson going to tell us the truth? Is he going to come out and say, yes, I'm sorry and all that? Basically, I had a party with loads of people and all that. He won't come out. He won't come out for shit and all that. Why should we even trust him at this point now? This is the reason, right? We want to trust our government, right? But when our government's been telling us lies over lies over lies over lies all the time, right? How can you trust a government like the Tories? At one point, yes, we did. I actually voted for him when they had the first election come on to get him in, which was great. And I thought he was doing a fantastic job. He still hasn't even finished off with the fisheries yet. Basically the Schengen islands and all that in Ireland. He hasn't actually resorted their little thing to do with the EU. Also, he hasn't worked out what he's going to be doing to work off with the EU. And then with what's going on with Australia and doing a deal with Australia right now, he should have pulled out of that, because the way the Australia at the moment is and all that, and the way they're letting basically a tennis player not into the country because of visa issues. Something I was reading up about it earlier. I will probably see if I can talk about that on the podcast on that episode 6 later on. But there's some talks about it. I forgot his name now, the one tennis player, but apparently he wasn't let into Australia because of visa issues and to do with the COVID stuff. What's this? Omicron patients becoming really sick in a different way. Oh, so they've been coming sick in a different way. What else we got? But the thing is, like, if Boris ain't going to be honest with us, guys and girls, then why are we supposed to be trusting him for? Why are we supposed to be trusting Boris Johnson in our country? We want transparency, and if we don't get transparency, then why should even we trust the Boris Johnson? Why should we put our faith in a guy who's just basically a clown, but like with blonde hair and all that, and he's had a haircut, fantastic, great, Jesus, man, he needed a haircut. But it's one of those things, like, what do you guys and girls think? Let us know in the comments below. Do you think, like, we should be having him still here? Do you think we shouldn't have him here? Let us know in the comments below, because I want to hear you guys and girls' thoughts on it. But anyway, stay safe, and hopefully we're going to be doing a podcast at 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 a.m. UK time. Hopefully. We'll have to see, but it might be just a bit later than that. Or it might be early. I have no idea, but what we'll do, I'll put it in the description and all that when the podcast starts. But stay safe all, and see you soon.